Hello and welcome to Opportunity Knocks, where we're knocking. Are you listening? Are you answering? Hi, I'm Marian LaSalle, and my co-host today is Lady Lou. And who is our special guest, Lady Lou?
Our special guest is Rebeca Eigen. We have loved this lady. She's an astronomer and a relation
Astrologer.
astrologer, excuse me. and
Astronomer. Oh boy.
oh well, anyway, and a relationship alchemist, which that is a huge word for most of us. Alchemist. Tell us, what does that mean?
Well, alchemy, the ancient alchemists were in the 12th to 15th, all the way to the 17th century. And they were a different kind of Christian because they were underground. They were basically going into their unconscious, which is what Jung discovered later, that they were parallel to what he calls analytical psychology, but they were hiding it because back then, in those centuries, they were considered to be witches and were being burned at the stake. So it was dangerous to be an alchemist. So you had to hide everything you were doing and couch it in different words and terminology that they didn't know what you were doing. But they were turning lead into gold, and lead is Saturn. Saturn is the part of all of us that is, and every single planet is just descriptive of a psychic functioning within our psyche. So Saturn, Saturn itself is, my earplug just got out. Saturn is the place where we all feel inferior. It's where we all feel inadequate. And we all have a Saturn somewhere. Nobody escapes having one. So turning Saturn into gold was turning those parts of you that you were afraid of, that you wanted to reject, and bringing them into the light, which made them helpful, because then you could have an open and loving heart and love everyone instead of project your shadow onto people.
Uh-oh.
I mean, that's what it's about, really. It's like the more you can see all of yourself, the more you can love everyone. Because then you can't say this or that. They do this or that. Well, what do you do? Mm-hmm. It's like you have to always point those three fingers pointing back at you.
Exactly.
And it's not easy to do this. It isn't, especially if you're in a relationship and you've determined, okay, that person, this is what they are, and I don't like them, and I don't want to be anything like them. Well, we need to learn to be a little like them. That's true. Why the universe brought them to you.
Oh, yeah, there are lessons. Well, we'll come back to all this good stuff in a few minutes, Rebecca, because Marian has found us some fabulous work from home jobs. Okay. What you got for us, Marian?
Well, when COVID hit, a lot of people lost their jobs. And I'm very, very proud to say that the American spirit is alive and well. And a bunch of companies got together and said, let's get all the companies together that will hire people remotely. Because let's face it, we had to take care of our kids because the schools were closed. They had to learn online. So no more sending the kids off so you could go to work. The kids are home. You can't let them just stay at home and, run around the house while you're at work or trying to find a job. So anyway, they have really done it well. And so I'm going to tell you about two companies that I know of that put all the remote jobs together. And we'll talk about some of the things that they offer. And I'm telling you, I think this is very odd. But people got so used to working from home that they can't find people to take the regular jobs anymore. My daughter told me in Michigan that Subway is paying $18 an hour and they have a hiring bonus. I mean, people have figured out that they can work from home and they don't want those jobs anymore. And so I don't know what's going to happen here.
I think that's fabulous.
I know, but you're not going to be able to, drive to the drive-through and get service because nobody wants those jobs anymore. We're going to have the robots, giving us the sodas and stuff.
Oh, my.
But that's good news for those of us who want to work from home. Now, if you don't own your own business or you don't have any desire to, because there are those people, I'm not one of them. I can't really work for anybody else very well.
Neither.
You know what I mean? I have to do my own thing. So for those of us who already have a business, you can add to your stuff. So if you want some extra money, or you just want some extra fun in your life, you can go find a really cool job. For those people who are over 50, they have very specific jobs that are made for people that are older, people who can't see as well, people who need help, working on the computer. They need help, and so there's people out there that you can help them through the computer. All right, so let's go to the first one that I have here. This is the top 100 remote companies that are hiring. We work remotely. Easy to remember. We work remotely. Remember that, okay? It is the top 100. So you can see the American what is that word? Ingenuity. There you go. At work here. They have gathered all the data and brought to you the top 100 companies. Now, the next one I want to go over is remote.co. So as you can tell, there's lots and lots of companies here, remote.co. So I'm going to share my screen here for a minute. I'm going to take you over and show you all the different possibilities for getting a job. Now, remember, they're having trouble hiring people for every job, not just the subways, but also online. So you are getting now $15 to $25 an hour even to work from home. That means you don't have to commute anymore. All right, here we go. I'm going to share my screen. All right, tell me if you can see what I am showing you.
Not yet.
Nothing yet. Now?
Nope.
Oh, darn. All right, one more time.
The joys of technology.
How about now?
No.
Nope.
Nothing. You don't
It's
see
just that 2 pages.
2 pages.
The all the logos.
Okay.
There it is.
See, I already forgotten how to do it. All right, here we go. This is remote.co. Can you all see that?
Yes.
Okay. Remote.co, these are all remote jobs. They even have courses to teach you on, maybe you like that $25 an hour job, but you don't qualify for it. You can take courses and you can get coaching on how to get up to speed so that you can have that job. All right, so I'm just going to kind of go down the line here and look. Remote accounting and finance jobs. Do you have that ability to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 10, 12, and 15? Okay, great. You can do accounting. Junior accountant, accounts receivable manager, lead accountant, and many more. See all the remote jobs in accounting and finance. The next section is remote customer service jobs, customer care representative, a strategic coach. What about that, huh? Customer service technician. So you're going to talk to people over the phone about their problems that they're having. Say they're having trouble getting on LinkedIn. They can't figure out their password. You can help them. How about some online data entry jobs? Closed captioning specialist, data entry, online research and data entry assistant. There's tons of them. All you have to do is click on this. See all the online data entry jobs. Remote design jobs. Wow. Now, see, this is something I would go after because I love graphics design. I love it. If I can't design something, I might explode. So this would be my section. All right. Remote developer jobs. There's lots of people out there who have an IT brain that can help with developing software. How about online editing? Now, see, this would be perfect for Lady Lou because she loves to edit people's words. Okay, so if they're writing a book or they're writing an article, she can go in and she just has a knack for it. She could be a technical editor, a senior editor, a content editor, lots of editing jobs. Are you into healthcare? Remote healthcare jobs. How can you have a remote healthcare jobs? Well, guess what? They're watching people on like a Zoom. It's a little more secure, I think, than Zoom, but the doctor is actually seeing you remotely. Now, sometimes you have to go in, but they can start there anyway, remote healthcare jobs. How about recruiting? Are you into HR? Did you used to be in a corporate America job where you were in HR? Well, guess what? Now you can do it remotely. IT jobs, legal jobs, marketing jobs, project manager. I could go on forever, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let you come over here to remote.co and check it out. Okay?
Wow. Beautiful, Marian.
I know, right? And this is only one company that I found that does this. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is tell you about how you can enter a contest. Okay. If you come over here to NaturalCuriosity.Life, all you have to do is hit this enter the contest button, and it brings you over to the Opportunity Knocks contest. And you're going to be able to win a $25 Amazon gift card. Now, you can win not once, but twice. There's 2 chances of winning. And I want you to check out our sponsors. So our sponsors are Carolyn Gray. She's a personal development and accountability coach. And you see her website right here, Zircon Consulting. And it's ZirconSulting.com. And she is sponsoring one of the gift cards. Our next sponsor is Vicki Owens from Star Forward Solutions. And she does financial, retirement planning, family protection, medical benefits. She does Medicare. She's an educator, and hers is starforwardsolutions.com. All right? So be sure and join the fun. All you have to do is put your information in here, click enter to win, and you could be one of our winners. Tell them how they win, Lady Lou.
We have a spinning wheel, and we do it on the first Tuesday of the following month. So on, I forgot what, June something is our next drawing or spinning of the wheel.
June 1st.
June 1st, it is. So that's when the actual spinning wheel will be done, so that you have your 2 chances. So you've got the rest of the month of May to sign up, and it's so easy to do. And you get the subscription to our newsletter, which we love doing. It has just packed full of fun things. And if you've already been a subscriber to our newsletter, you can sign up anyway for the contest. It won't sign you up twice for the subscription.
Thank goodness, huh?
Yeah. Get on over there and sign up, because you could be the winner of 1, maybe 2. Hey, wouldn't that be a hoot if you won both of them? I love contests too. Marian found that wheel and she said, we got to do this. She's been wanting to do a contest for a long time.
I love contests myself. I just think it's so much fun to win. No, it doesn't matter what I win either. It could be something I just give it to my neighbors. I don't care. I just like to win.
Exactly.
Who does it? Right.
Right. One time I got really embarrassed. They were having a contest. There were probably 150 people in this conference, and I won. Out of all those people, I got so excited. I was jumping up and down, screaming in the walkways, and I'm making a fool of myself. And then he says, "Oh, heck with it. Everybody wins." And I thought, I didn't win. I didn't win a thing. He was fooling me. That made me feel terrible.
The last time I went on a cruise, I was late getting to an event, and it was full. I mean, the place was full, huge auditorium on the boat. And they said, okay, this is the grand prize. And I walked in, and I had just walked in 5 minutes before and put my name in, and I walked in and I won.
Wow.
And it was a steak dinner for 2.
All right.
And on the cruise, which is really nice because they bring you a bottle of wine, and it's a steak dinner and a 5-course meal, and you're in a really lavish looking restaurant on the boat, which is exclusive. And so I was just like, wow, I just walked in. That was cool.
That is
Don't
cool.
tell anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, that is perfect. I'll never forget the time I won a contest at Whole Foods. They had the
Oh,
little, they had the little slips that, little white slips with the lines where you fill in your name and address and phone number. And I have this funny habit of putting on fresh lipstick and then kissing the entry. So it's got great big red lips all over it. And I won. And they put that silly little ticket up there with those great big red lips all over it. Everybody walked in the store could see that silly thing. I didn't care. I won. It was a beautiful gift basket.
That's funny.
that's good. That's good. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed our little side trip there that we took to help you find a remote job. I know that there are jobs that you really might want that are physically somewhere, but for me to be able to offer you a remote job, it just really touches my heart. So I know that, Rebecca, you've been working from home all your life. And I know, Louise, you've been working from home for a long time as well. But there are other opportunities. I'm not saying that they're just remote. One of the things that I think is so cool is you can find a job that fits your personality and what you really love. Because to me, there's nothing worse than having to go, oh God, I got to go to work. You don't have to settle for that. If you are having trouble finding a job, and you don't even know where to start, you know what? I'm available. You give me a call. You go to NaturalCuriosity.Life and fill out that form, and I'll call you because I want you to have the job or the business that is right for you. All right. So I'm gonna stop here and I'm gonna turn it over to these two ladies because I know they got other cool stuff to talk about. I just wanted to make sure I had that offer, and thank you to our sponsors for the contest. And we'll see you again next week.
Thank you, Marian. Oh my goodness, there's so much going on. It's just amazing. Things are starting to open up. People are going places, doing things, and having fun again. And we've missed that having fun again. And it has affected relationships. I know a lot of us, we've been hibernating, and I'm one of them. I don't have very many outlets out here in the country. So I miss my shopping. I don't get to go shopping like I
Oh
used to.
dear.
And it saved me a lot of money, let's put it that way. But relationships can be the hardest thing that's impacted when you're isolated. So that's one of the neat things that Rebecca does. She talks about the relationships and putting it in with the astrology and all the sun and the moon and the planets. It's a fascinating science, and it is a science. It's validated. It's not woo-woo stuff. It's just great information. So, Rebecca, start us off with just a little bit about our shadow. I know you've written that book about the shadow self. And how does that affect us?
Well, our shadow is instrumental in all of our relationships because what the most important thing that Carl Jung brought to us is that there are two centers to the psyche, our conscious and our unconscious. And so therefore, everything that's delegated to the unconscious are things about our own ego that are intolerable to us. We don't know about them. We may have been young and were ridiculed for something, or our parents shamed us about something, and it went into our shadow. Or there are parts of us that are overdeveloped, and so the psyche is compensating, and it creates the exact opposite in our unconscious. And in order to become a whole person, we have to see all these different parts. So that's what that's what shadow work is about. And astrology, bringing astrology into it, I wrote a book, and it's called The Shadow Dance and the Astrological Seventh House Workbook. And the seventh house in our astrology is our marriage house. So it's marriage, partnerships, and open enemies. Now, who called our marriage partner our open enemy? The alchemists, because they knew that whatever we projected onto others was about ourselves. And so that person becomes our open enemy. First, everything, we're fascinated by that person and we're so in love. And then we get that package home and we get to know them and we find out they're not who we thought they were. Well, the reason for that is because we were seeing a part of ourselves.
Okay,
And
I have a question for you, Rebecca, because
okay.
since I've met you, I didn't really quite grasp the shadow part. Okay.
All right.
So when I think of a shadow, the sun is shining on me, and I look over here and I see my shadow, so I can see it. What is it that you're trying to tell us about the shadow?
Well, Carl Jung came up with the term shadow. And if you turn around, your shadow is behind you. You can't see your shadow. You may be able to look like this and see something of your shadow, but for the most part, our shadow is hidden from us. So it's parts of us we don't know about. They're unconscious.
Okay.
And it doesn't mean they're not there. Other people can see them.
I was just going to say, so if you look at somebody else and you can see them and their shadow, we're seeing those two parts of them.
Yes. And if you're
Okay,
going to
because
love,
I can pick stuff out of you that you can't see, obviously, right? I can, like a personality trait or something I feel like is a flaw, right? I can pick it out of you.
and
But I
and
can't
so
see
can
it in myself. I can't see it. It's like, no,
exactly.
yes, okay, I get it.
Exactly. And then the
I
other,
get it.
the other thing is you can't tolerate that person. If it gives you the creeps, if you can't stand being in their presence, that's a real clue that that's a part of you. So it behooves us to learn about our shadow, because if we can learn about it, then we can use that in a productive manner together. We can actually do it together and get to know real people instead of our projections. I recently last year, I did a webinar, and it was online, and it was $99 a person. It took me 6 to 8 months to complete it. It has 6 different modules, and it's how to go into your own shadow, how to recognize it, our mother and our father complexes, our repeating patterns in relationships, how they occur, why we fall in love with who we fall in love with. It's very comprehensive. It has videos, audios, PDFs, cartoons, and it was $99. And I have decided this past week to give that away free. So go to my website, shadowdance.com, and up at the top right, log in and get started on learning about your own shadow. I also have a new YouTube series starting. I started it yesterday, Jung and Astrology 101, where I'm going to explain some of the terminology, because when you read Jung, it's very complicated. And there's a lot of terminology that people aren't aware of. So I thought I will explain it and give stories and use astrology in it and just do 10, 12-minute videos. So my website is shadowdance.com, and my YouTube channel is Rebeca Eigen, Eigen. So go for it.
Oh, well, that is beautiful, because so many of us hesitate when, $99 is not that big a deal for such a wonderful package, but we still hesitate because we don't know if we're going to like it. And, you know how that goes. It's a human aspect, but when it's free, golly, it's time to jump over there and work your way through it, because you will learn so much about yourself. It's not about anybody else but us. If we can figure out who we are, we'll make a better person for everybody in our life. They'll enjoy us more, and we'll enjoy them more.
Exactly. And you'd be surprised that all the people you thought were enemies actually become your friends. Because you can see the part of yourself that they had to carry for you. They actually had to carry it and overdo it because you refuse to do it. But it's going to repeat. It'll just keep repeating. And then finally you look at yourself and go, wait a minute, I'm the common denominator here. What is this about? What is this about? And this is what shadow work explains. And when I first heard about it, I was like, why doesn't everybody know about this? This is fantastic. And of course, a lot of psychologists do know about this.
What you're saying is, because this is Opportunity Knocks, this is your chance to hear the knocking of yourself and to get the answers that you've been wondering about. Because I think every single one of us have gone through that. It's like, why does this keep happening to me? I keep picking the same person over and over again. What's wrong with me? Well, it's not something's wrong with you. This is your opportunity to get to know yourself better. Am I getting it right?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Okay.
Yes. And so it's actually a gift.
It is. Well, it's a humongous gift.
Yeah, our shadow becomes a gift. You know, and there's lots of different ways to recognize your shadow. I'll just give you one short one. And that will be when you go on and on and on about somebody you don't like. If you go on and on and on about somebody you don't like, pause and stop yourself. When you start doing this work, it becomes a way of being in the world. Because now you have to ask yourself, oh, look at me, look what I'm doing. And you have to confront yourself. And it's painful. But guess what? Once you have gone through it, it becomes your gold. It does.
I like that. And here's another thing that people may be thinking. If I go through this course, this webinar, and all the modules, and I learn all this stuff about me, what if I get stuck? What kind of help have you got there if they say, well, I need some more help? You have consultations, right?
I do. I'm an astrologer for the 7th house, which is the marriage house, and I do consultations specifically on relationships and helping a person know themselves better. So I do 7 different kinds of consultations, but they're all geared towards you learning about your inner world. You know, we have 2 halves of life. The first half of our life is biology and biography. The second half of life, we get to write it ourselves. So in the second half of life, this is why it's called inner work. It's about going inside yourself to discover yourself before you leave the planet. So that is so important to us and our health and well-being. It is.
And so many of us don't even understand that part of ourselves because they've never had to look at it. I know I was that way for many, many years. In fact, 44 or 45 years, I was in the left brain corporate world type thing with jobs and out there doing and trying to live and married 2 marriages. And I didn't have a clue that I even had a subconscious mind. Never heard the words.
Right.
And I got involved in metaphysical stuff over the years after my husband died. And I found out so much about myself that was terribly hidden, that I had no clue. So this is giving everyone a free ride, so to speak, to start finding out who you are. And then with Rebeca there to help you.
And your birth chart has unbelievable amount of information for you. It really does. And it's based on your time, place, and date of birth. And we are all a traveling roadshow of people. We can be one way with one person and another way with another person. Well, these are all the different parts of our character. And they're symbolized in the chart with planets. Planets are just psychic functioning. For instance, the moon is our emotions, our feelings, our mother, how we nurture people. You know, our Venus is what we're attached to, our possessions, what we crave and desire. That's our Venus. And so each planet is symbolic of a part and representation of a part of your own psyche. So looking at your birth chart is truly enlightening. You get to see parts of yourself and go, yes, I am like that sometimes. And you get to find out about parts of yourself you don't know about.
Oh my gosh. And most of us don't know about anything. We think we do. And we're flapping in the wind or something because we have no clue who we are ourselves.
Well, I mean, surprisingly enough, a lot of people don't know themselves really well, but a lot of people do. And I think that that's an aging thing. It's like Shirley MacLaine wrote a book called Saging While Aging. And I think she's right. We can reflect on our past experiences, like Marian said. If you can reflect on your experiences, then you're getting to know parts of yourself. If you deny them, which, you know, there are all kinds of ways to go into denial, or suppression or repression or any of the, you know, different defenses, ego defenses. But if you can get past those blocks and open yourself up to that, this is absolutely necessary for your evolution, for your growth on this planet. And it's not to be afraid of. The shadow is nothing to be afraid of. It's actually a boon and a blessing. It's a blessing.
Time. A big blessing.
Yeah,
people that I work with, walk away and go, wow. Wow.
Yeah, well, we're already going, wow. And we appreciate you coming. We appreciate you coming on the show today. We love the finding out about not only ourselves, but all the other opportunities that we have to grow is very important to me. And I know Lady Lou and I have, for the last 20 or 30 years, we've both been searching for ways to get to know ourselves. And some of it was painful, and some of it was easy, and some of it was a little bit of both, but it was all worth it in the end. And so thank you very much for your book. I actually have a copy of your book. I know Lady Lou does as well. And I want you to be able to experience it for yourself. So look down below the videos today. We're live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, and you can get the information to reach out to Rebeca, reach out to Lady Lou, reach out to me, and get the answers that you're looking for. Make a new friend. There's lots of stuff going on. The world is starting to open back up again, and we want you in it. So feel free to reach out to us, and we look forward to getting to know you better.
Now, one more thing.
Yes, Lady Lou.
Rebeca has a special offer for you. She has $25 off of your first consultation. All you have to do is mention our Opportunity Knock show, and you'll get a nice bonus that way when you have your first consultation with Rebeca. And it's well worth it. Trust me. I've had her consultations. It's beautiful.
Fantastic opportunity.
Thank you, Lady Lou, for saying that. I enjoyed our time together.
Oh, it's been a fun thing because Rebeca's been on 2 or 3 times now because we keep bringing her back. We love what she does and how she helps people. So it's important that you share this show with your friends because your friends are going to want to know what Rebeca's up to. And, sign up for the webinar. The website for the free webinar, and it's jam-packed with all kinds of great information. And that's at shadowdance.com, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Thank you, both of you.
Thank you too, Rebeca. We just love what you do and love you, and we're so thrilled that you could come back today. So we thank you, the audience, and we appreciate everybody. And thank you, Marian, for all your technical knowledge, and Rebeca for your beautiful astrology knowledge. That is just, it's mind-boggling. And you've done it for how many years now?
Almost 30.
There you go. So she's an expert at it, no doubt. Well, thank you again, Rebeca. We appreciate you, Marian. We appreciate you and our audience. We'll see you next time.
Don't forget to go to NaturalCuriosity.Life and sign up to win a $25 Amazon gift card. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.